Heavy continue right turn heading 120. 1 heavy about 6 miles from the final approach fix. Turn right heading 180. Maintain 2,000 so steps on the localizer cleared for the ILS runway 2 and right approaching.
Hi and welcome to the South African VACC Euroscope setup for beginners. We assume that you have already downloaded the Euroscope application as in the description below or from the email received from the ATC training department. Great, let's get started. Firstly, this installation is for beginners and is for a single sector installation only. Running more than one sector file or multiple profiles will be handled in another advanced training video. Okay, let's start the installation. The default installation for Euroscope is to the program files directory. This however may cause permission issues with your Windows 10 installation, and I prefer to install it directly to the root folder, or the C drive if you will, or any other drive's root folder if you prefer. The choice however is up to you. The rest of the installation is pretty straightforward. Once the installation is complete, you can start Euroscope. By default, after a fresh installation, the screen will pop up and ask you what profile do you want to use. We will skip this part for now and just click on the cancel button. Now before we can get going and see the nice blips on the screen, there are a couple of things we need to do first. However, before we can do that, let's save your profile. This is a good habit to get into when you make changes to your scope settings. To do this, go to Other Set, Save As, and create your profile name. I usually use the area I'm controlling in as the file name. For instance, for South Africa, I'll use FA, Botswana FB, Mozambique FQ, and so forth. Now that we have saved your profile, we can go ahead and install the sector files for South Africa. There are two methods of doing this, and it's completely up to you which one you use. I will show you the manual installation first, and then the automated installation through Euroscope directly. For the manual installation, go to the following webpage, files.euro-nav.com. Then scroll down to the VATSIM South Africa section, click on the link. You will see 4 downloads and some update information on the sector files below that. I prefer to use the 7Z file extension files as they are the same files that Euroscope uses to do the automated installation. Because this is a new installation, only download the FASA install package. After the initial download, you will only need to download the update package in future. Now for the installation. Once again, there are a couple of options, but for the purpose of this exercise, we will do the default installation. Once downloaded, we will extract the file as I have done here. Then open the Euroscope folder under My Documents. Copy and paste the contents of the install package to the Euroscope folder. We now have to activate the sector file and your settings for South Africa. Open Euroscope once again. We now have to load the sector file to make sure it loads by default. So go to the Open Sector menu. Go down until you see Load Sector. Go to the Euroscope folder under My Documents and select the FASA install package file. You will know that the sector file is loaded correctly if you see the outline picture of Southern Africa like this one. Once again, save your profile. Now for the automated installation. For this one, go to Open Sector, select Download Sector File. A list of sector providers will appear. Select the EuroNav one by clicking here, then click Download. A new list of new sector files will then be listed. Scroll down until you see the one for FASA. Select it and click Download. 2 new files will appear in the box below, the install file and the update file. You will notice that the debug is already ticked. That is only because we have already manually installed the file. Click in the box in the A column for both files. Highlight the install package, click Download and close. That's it, we are done with the sector file automated download. This will only have to be done once and sector files will now download automatically as they become available. Follow the process again to load your sector file and save your profile. Now we have to install all the settings related to your sector. First we will install the alias files, related airport and airlines info and the ICAO file. To do this, we'll go to the Open Sector once again, scroll down to Alias and select the alias file under the FASA directory. We'll do the same for airlines, airports and aircraft. For ICAO, the file is located under FASA, navdata, ICAO.txt. Now to set up the default screen layouts and colors. This is optional, but we suggest you use the settings file until you are more comfortable doing your own flavor and color settings. Click on Other Settings File Setup. Now here you need to be careful. I have found that if you click on the Save button, it overwrites the settings file to default, so never use the Save button. All you need to do is click on the Browse button and select the relevant file. Do that for all the files. Once you have finished, click on the Load button and then close. Once again, save your profile for Justin, just in case. Your scope should look something like this. You can move these tabs around to your liking. Their function will be handled in ATC training. Now let's go to the Connect menu. Under Select Connection Mode, make sure Direct to VATSIM is selected. Type in your initials _OBS under the call sign setting. Make sure you select Observer under Facility and under Rating your current rating. For now, we will select Observer. Under Server, you can pick anyone but Sweatbox. We will discuss the Sweatbox option in another video. Now, enter your name, CID and password as registered with VATSIM. Under the info lines, you can put anything like Observing South Africa, Newbie, etc. Now click on the Connect button. The frequency select screen will pop up. Unless there is a specific controller you want to listen to, just do close. Otherwise, search for his frequency and select RCV VOI. You are now connected and observing. However, there's one last step to complete. We will now select the ASR file, which is a profile with predetermined fixes, VORs and other data already selected. As you get more advanced, you will learn to create your own ASRs. For now, we will use the supplied one. There you go. One last thing. When you disconnect, Euroscope will ask you to save your ASR and profile. Feel free to use any naming convention that makes sense to you. And always click Save on all the pop-ups, unless you do not want to save any changes. Hope you have found this quick tutorial helpful. More advanced features and training will be handled by your instructor or mentor. Thanks once again.